First Alert Weather with meteorologist Noel Navarro.
Welcome back here in the First Alert Weather Center. There was a bit of a break from the lake effect snow, but it's kicking up again, Noel.
Kicking up again there, Ben, especially when you have the Lake Michigan enhancement and with a little low pressure system to watch out over Lake Superior at this time. Scattered snow across upper Michigan, falling in heavy intensity at times towards the Straits of Mackinac and towards the Sault Ste. Marie. So towards the Sault and the Straits, we're watching for heavy snow. It's not being detected by radar, but moderate snow sneaking under the detection beam over the western UP. We're seeing it covered for areas along the central and eastern UP. But here are our current alerts. We've got a winter storm warning that continues until 7 p.m. Eastern time for western Chippewa County, Mackinac counties. That will go on until 10 p.m. actually for Mackinac County. And then for Marquette and Alger counties, this will kick up during the midnight hour and continues until noon tomorrow. Winter weather advisories shaded in purple. Let's take a look at cameras from our MDOT. US 2 Brevoort right now. So on the way to St. Ignace, snow-covered roads. Visibility is good, but if you're heading towards the east end, you better brace for some potential of visibilities dropping below a quarter of a mile. Meanwhile, central UP looking good on M28 from Marquette to Alger County as you head eastward on M28. It's 14 degrees, dew point at 8, and we've got pressure below 30 inches on the barometer. So under low pressure all across upper Michigan, and here it is, snow coming down over the Keweenaw Peninsula. This is the gateway to the Keweenaw Peninsula. Houghton and Hancock from our Michigan Technological University cameras, 18 degrees. You're feeling a northwest wind at 15 miles per hour. As Ben mentioned, that's the wind that's going to rev up the lake effect snow. Here are our drive time hazards for tonight. Western eastern counties already watching for those hazards. For central upper Michigan, moderate snow bursts towards the midnight hour, but it'll be fewer the farther south you go towards Menominee County. Future radar and wind gusts will take you to the winds because that's why we lead with patchy blowing snow leading to those lowered visibilities. You're going to see it over the east end of upper Michigan and towards the northwest. But as we get closer to the midnight hour, we've got a little low pressure system from Lake Superior, a system of its own to enhance some of the snow bands and bring them southward to upper Michigan and get them to the Marquette area and definitely east towards Munising. So whether you're taking M28 between Marquette to Munising or even M94 from Scandia to Chatham, you're going to watch out for those snow bands out there, and even down into US 2, say around Gladstone heading towards Manistee. Once we roll through your afternoon hours and evening for Thursday, the snow bands start to lift more northward. It'll still impact the Keweenaw Peninsula and the eastern portions of upper Michigan, but once we get to early Friday, it'll start to continue lifting northward, and we'll see that snow move out of the region into Friday. We'll get our sunshine back before we get to the end of our work and school week. Gusty winds, though, and here's your future snowfall through Friday morning. It could get to 12 inches or more for some areas along northeastern Luce County, 6 inches or more for some areas along eastern upper Michigan closer to Lake Superior, 3 inches or more for areas along the western edge of upper Michigan up to the Keweenaw Peninsula. Lighter amounts the farther south you go towards the south central UP. Lows tonight, they'll be around the single numbers to the teens, and we'll take it because we had lows right around the minus teens for this morning. High temperatures will range around the single numbers to the teens, could get to 20 degrees for some areas. Isolated 20s are possible for tomorrow. Real quick, here's your ice coverage. We got temperatures that are still above freezing for the Great Lakes, and ice concentrations got to 20% or higher for Lake Michigan and Lake Huron. So there's going to be plenty of lake effect snow from the big lake, Lake Superior, in the coming days. As we take a look at your 7-day forecast, we're going to see that the temperatures start to rise a bit. We'll get to some 20s for Saturday and even for Monday too, Ben. But for the next 7 days, snow chances aplenty, but the moderate